Today we're reviewing and benchmarking the United States Postal Service versus Gamers Nexus and the mod mats. We're gonna have charts and benchmarks in this video just like PC hardware reviews, except it's a bit of a different thing. Like I said, we're shipping some mats, trying to see what they'll withstand. For purposes of this video, we're using this mat, which actually is one of our autographed ones, and especially autographed it and put a smiley face on the corner. So if you get the signed mat with the smiley face on it right there, then you know that it's the one that we used for this video that I'm holding now. It will add precisely $0 of value, but you can say to all of your friends, hey, my mat was in that video. If you don't know what the mod mat is, go to store.gamersnexus.net. It's an anti-static building surface to protect your table, your PC hardware components. It's grounded properly and very high quality rubber and print on it. You've seen a couple of your favorite YouTubers using it recently, probably. So what we're gonna do is basically put this into some tubes, tape them or staple them in different ways, and see does a $400 stapler versus 20 cents of tape work better. And then also, as a bit of a bonus, if you don't get the special signed mat, later in the video we make this monstrosity, which seems just completely impervious. So we're gonna use the tube anyway. If you get a tube with about 20 staples in the end cap, also it was used in this video. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna start with some drop testing, which will basically be just force applied scenarios, straight down shear force, trying to break the cap by applying shear force to the tape on the outer edges at the seam. And then we're also going to be doing some timing tests of the $400 stapler versus applying tape, see which one's faster for us, which one will obviously work better for our shipping purposes. So let's get started with that. So for this one, this is what you would call an empty tube, given that there's nothing inside of it. And we actually had one instance where a customer who purchased a mod mat received an empty tube. We've shipped a lot of them. There's one problem, and basically it got bounced around, I think misdirected or something. Eventually they decided to actually deliver it empty rather than, I don't know, really anything else. So today we're actually going to have real benchmark charts, just like a review of different taping versus stapling methods. So we bought this $400 pneumatic stapler, and we're gonna try this in terms of time requirement to staple the end caps on so they can't come off versus a couple of different pieces of tape. So we've got a few different taping methods. One is 3 pieces of tape, one's 4 pieces of tape, and then just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you also a tube that's been sealed with just the caps and no tape at all. So there's nothing holding the caps on. This will be pretty easy. I don't even need to drop it, I don't think. So that's why we need tape. Obviously, we've always shipped them with some kind of tape, but now we're going to increase the arsenal a bit just to make sure we don't have another instance where an empty tube is delivered to a customer. And obviously we of course replace those, but it'd be better to not happen at all. So the first thing we're testing is 2 pieces of tape on the bottom, cap only on the bottom, no cap on the top. Basically gonna hoist it into the air, put my knees into it, and let the whole mat fall and apply shear force straight to the bottom of the cap, which theoretically will break the tape basically at the seams at the edges here. So let's give that a shot. That'll create the most force, I think, without being completely ridiculous, although it depends on the postal carrier, I guess. So let's count these. So 1. Okay. Well. Okay, so if we put a chart up on the screen or something, right now we're at 1 toss for 2 pieces of tape. Let's try 3. 2, 3. And you can see also what's happening here. The tape is actually splitting at the end from the shear force. So this is split, obviously. It's not like it's just falling off. So we're at 7 or 8-ish. Let's call it 8. Okay, so I would call that acceptable for the most part. It is starting to actually come apart now, but we're at like 15 or 20 tosses or something, lowest count. All right, I think 3 would be acceptable for the most part. Probably do 4 for safety. Let's just try it though. Jesus. I just want to be clear, I'm going way harder on this one than the first 2. And there's barely any damage. So 4 might be the solution. I think we can more or less stop there with this one. Let's give it a couple more. Shake weight test. Four pieces should survive end to end for any kind of shipping. 2 pieces of tape broke, 1 go. 3 pieces was okay, but not really what we want. But that was like, I don't know, 15 to 20. 4, never gonna break reasonably. I don't think even the post office can do it. And now, finally 4 staples, which this might take a while.
Holy shit. Sorry. I didn't decide to interrupt your shot.
But what happened is the cap came out with all the staples in it, and the outside part here just ripped clean through the cardboard. So I don't know that I need to test this again. I mean, we could, but if that's going to happen even once, that's unacceptable. Considering 4 pieces of tape, that would never happen, and maybe would break if it got like shipped to Mars accidentally and then came back to the US. I think that's about what it'd take to break 4 pieces of tape. But the staples, that's just not acceptable. So clearly the staple gun is not the right tool for this job. This is the most physical labor I've done in my entire life. I think for this one, I think we can save 400 bucks, is what I'm saying. I think this can go back to whence it came. And once we send this back whence it came, I'll get a refund and we'll go for 4 pieces of tape. I think that's probably the takeaway. Now, just in case you're curious, I was gonna say it's okay if it falls, but I actually do want my money back. Just in case you're curious, we have timing results as well. So let's do some timing tests and see how long it takes for each one. We'll put a chart up on the screen, and then the results will be irrelevant anyway because 4 is clearly superior than 4 staples. If the thing doesn't get there in one piece, it doesn't matter how fast it is. I want to give this one more try, just in fairness. So what I'm going to do is we have one that we pre-stapled with 4. I'm just going to put staples around the entire thing. I paid for the staples separately from the staple gun anyway, so I might as well use them. So let's give that a shot. It's going to get a bit noisy in here. Okay. It's like a fashion design now. So I will say that Boss-Stitch stapler is a really damn cool tool, but totally not fit for our job based on what we saw previously. It is pretty fun to use though. But let's just go ahead and test this. And like I said, this will be the mat. That would have been funny if it broke right there. This will be the mat that has the smiley face on it. So if you buy an autographed mod mat on store.gamersnexus.net and you see one with a smiley face where we showed it in this video, then well, congrats, I guess. Nothing really comes with that other than congratulations. All right, test number 1. Okay, much better. Okay, all right. So, no, not budging this time. So the conclusion. If we use $10 of staples and 2 minutes of time, maybe a little less, minute of time, it looks like they'll hold. I'm not sure that it would hold water though if we sent this through customs anywhere. Pretty sure if we told them, you know what, just pull the staples yourself, they'd send it back to us. Or maybe saw it in half and you get a mod mat split in 2. So I think we're gonna go, after throwing away all these test tubes, we're gonna go with 4 pieces of tape for the final decision. And even though the staple gun's fine, I think it's gonna have to go back. Stapler's a little faster technically, but not that much faster. And I mean, once you factor in the point that it took like 25 staples to get it to hold, I think we're behind on time. So yeah, 4 pieces of tape, better overall. You've now learned what it takes to withstand the post office. And if you want to buy one of the mod mats, we have one here that will be autographed with the smiley face. You might get it. Otherwise, store.gamersnexus.net to pick up any of the autographed or non-autographed, or one of our new 3D laser engraved GN logo teardown crystals if you would prefer that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. I'll see you all next time.